Assalamu alaikum guys, this is Khaleel Muhammad. Welcome back to the old place where we all started all the wagwans. Today we're talking about one of those issues that Muslims always have debates over, or sometimes even if they don't debate about it, they certainly do something contrary to what everyone else is doing. While everyone else is saying don't do it, some people are doing it. What are we talking about? Halloween. We're going to be talking about Halloween. Is it good or bad? We've got 4 points for and against. Hey guys, let's see what we're going to find out here on Wagwan.
This is Safia Imperial. Stay tuned to Wagwan.
And so from so many angles, Muslims should have nothing to do with Halloween.
Absolutely fine to partake in Halloween. Okay? Relax, people.
It is evil from the beginning to the end. And there's nothing that anyone could come and say, this is the positive thing about Halloween that we should partake in.
I would say that if a Muslim did participate in some of the cultural aspects of it, that would not be reprehensible from a faith point of view.
Assalamu alaikum guys, yeah, Khaleel Muhammad back. Halloween happens every year, obviously, right? So what we want to talk about is 4 points for and against Halloween. Should we participate? Should we not participate? We will find out. You can make up your own mind based on the arguments that I'm going to bring forward as well. But at the end of the day, it's down to you. You're all mature adults. You can make up your own minds. And you can then, do as you please based on, not just my information, but do your own research. All of the research bits are what I've researched. I'll put them links down below. Also, we are starting something new today. We're going to give away a £20 or $20 Amazon gift voucher. All you have to do is leave a comment below and make sure you subscribe as well. If you haven't subscribed so far, make sure you do so by subscribing and hitting that bell so you get alerts when we upload new videos. Right, should we start with the for or the against? I don't know. Let's start for the for, okay? Because people are celebrating this. Muslims, I'm talking about. They are. Right? So let's go for those people who say there are probably other reasons as well, but I've got 4 ones that I thought were suitable. Number 1 is that Halloween is no longer a religious affair. It's no longer a religious ritual. It may have its roots in pagan religions and customs, but it's no longer a religious thing. Okay? So it's not like you're following a religious practice of another faith. So therefore, why can't we do it? Number 2, Muslims are not worshipping. That's part of the part 2, isn't it? They're not forgetting the Islamic teachings. They're not saying that we are now somebody else just because we believe that we could go out and have trick or treat and dress up and stuff like that. It doesn't mean that we've abandoned Islam, that we've left it behind. Okay? We still know who we are, but we also know that we can have a bit of fun, and we're intelligent enough and mature enough to decide, look, we don't want to believe in what they say, but that fun aspect, the cultural aspect of it, no problem. Number 2, some people say that if their objection is that it's to do with paganism, it's rooted in paganism, some would argue that some aspects, some rituals within Islam as well, are also rooted in paganism. One of the examples I have is the Akika. That the Akika was once a ritual that the Arabs did, where they used to worship a god and they used to wait for the well-being of the gods to descend upon their child, and they would smear blood on the child's head, right? And then to change that, they get rid of the blood, and the Prophet, according to what some people are saying, that they would change the blood to saffron. So the Akika itself was rooted in paganism, and yet the Prophet still allowed it. So if they've gotten rid of the old belief system, but they've kept the practice, knowing full well who we are now, and we know why we're doing it, our intention is to do it for this reason, not for the other reason, why can't we now do the same thing with Halloween or Christmas or any of these other holidays that people object to? Number 4, why should our kids be left out? Right? Kids are under a lot of pressure these days. They go to school, they see their other kids having fun. Based on all the other points I mentioned before and all the other points that I haven't mentioned, why can't our kids be involved in it as well? Why do they have to be left out and be the odd one out? Okay, we've got enough stigma, we've got enough problems, and now we're going to add to it by being left out. And it's a bit too much pressure. Yeah, we can sit down and discuss it with them, but it's too much. So I don't see why we can't have our kids participate in it like everybody else. Okay. Those are the 4 arguments for.
This is Lemmy Hanshari. Stay tuned to Wagwan.
Now the 4 arguments against. Okay, number 1, that it's rooted in a pagan tradition, and it was part of a religion. It was part of the Celtic religion, and it was aspects of Christianity also came into it as well. So it is a religious thing. It does have religious connotations to it. It does have religious precepts and boundaries to it. So it may also be based on a pagan thing as well, and you can try and throw that out, but you can't deny the fact that it is a religious thing, and that religious thing has never been part of Islam. Number 2, the Prophet only mandated 2 Eids. Okay, 2 Eids. He never said anything about Christmas, never said anything about birthdays, never said anything about all the stuff that you people want to bring into it, right? He mentioned 2 Eids, okay, that he sanctioned and he gave the seal of approval to, okay? That includes Mother's Day, that includes Valentine's and birthdays. None of these things are sanctioned in Islam. Therefore, to practice it is to go outside of the fold of Islam. Number 3 for against Halloween. It encourages dressing up like demons and ghosts and goblins and weird people. I know modern days they've come into it and they've started dressing up as superheroes and whatnot as well. But the core essence of Halloween is always about scary things, bats, webs, Frankenstein monsters, demons, zombies. It's always leaning towards the dark side of stuff like that as well. And we shouldn't be participating in those darker things. Islam came as a light to get away from these superstitious things. So why are we dragging ourselves back into it by saying, oh, well, it's my intentions, right? Okay, your intention is one thing, but why are we going backwards? It seems like we're going backwards because these things were never part of our deen. Okay, also the trick-or-treat aspect of it as well. Okay, yeah, if you go and you do a trick-or-treat, you might get some sweets, which in itself is kind of not that good, you're encouraging kids to take sweets from strangers. But if they don't give you sweets, what happened then? They will trick you, so they could egg your house, they could throw water balloons, all sorts of things. So that is encouraging antisocial behavior, which is the opposite of what the Prophet ﷺ brought. He brought us to be sociable, to be friendly, to be giving, to be friendly, not to egg people's houses because they don't give you stuff because you went out begging for it. You went out begging for it, they didn't give it to you, and you think they owe it to you, so you think you have the right to egg their house or to do other tricks, throw water on their windowsills or whatever. I can't imagine what other horrible things people might do. No, this is not part of the Islamic religion. And number 4 against is it confuses kids, right? Kids are having a hard time as it is with Islamophobia and all the rest of it, right? Now you're going to confuse them with bringing in aspects of things which are never part of this religion. They were never part of this religion, so you're going to bring it in now? So they're going to be confused, thinking, well, are we Muslims or not? Okay, this part we can be, and this part we can't do, but what exactly are we? Dressing up as devils and evil people, weird characters, zombies and whatnot. It's very confusing. So there you go. So there you go, guys. Again, now I'm going to put the references for some of these points that I made below as well. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed just yet, inshallah, I would like to hear from you as well. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell so you get notification. And if you do want to win that £20, I can't count, £20 Amazon gift voucher, all you have to do is leave a comment below, right? And you must subscribe as well, okay? So subscribe and leave a comment below, and we will then, at the end of the week or so, we will then pull somebody out of that hat and we'll notify you when the time comes, inshallah. Right, guys? So there you go. Halloween, do it or don't do it. It's entirely up to you. You've got the arguments. You've got some points here. And if you want to know more, of course, you can always research it and look further into it. Right, guys? Hope you've enjoyed this edition of Wagwan. Stay tuned for more. Wagwan.